Hello and welcome to RPG Limit Break. I am your host, Ashen Prime, and we are getting ready for an amazing run of Chrono Trigger, run by our runner, AzureCale. Azure, please say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Joining us is also Carnoth.
Hello.
And, of course, the wonderful Sid.
I gotta find my way into these anyway. If I can't get a run in, I gotta be here somehow.
Oh, we wouldn't let you get away from us. This is obviously not a live run. Or maybe that wasn't obvious, but I've said it now. So if you are seeing this during what should be regularly scheduled marathon hours, you might be confused. Well, the reason this run exists, this recording exists, is just in case something goes wrong at the event and we're no longer able to actually show live the live marathon. We have this available to keep you all entertained. So if you are seeing this during the times when the marathon should be happening, I'm probably running around like a chicken with my head cut off, unplugging all the cables and plugging them back in. But we also want to be able to show this to you regardless. So you might be watching this after the marathon on YouTube, or maybe we just sneaky stream it onto our Twitch as like a Sunday bonus stream. So that's why we're here. That's what's happening, or that's why you're not watching the live marathon, I guess. But what's actually happening here? Azure, please tell us about this run.
Hi, so I'm Azure. We're doing a randomizer today for Chrono Trigger. I'm just going to start the a track screen over here because there is some fun stuff to talk about in the preview here. Random Dalton Imperial is a vanilla-ish randomizer. You are able to translate a lot of the knowledge of the base game into this game through where characters you can recruit normally would be, which key items would unlock certain dungeons, where dungeons are, just the regular progression stuff like that is all very vanilla friendly. But beyond that, of course, it's a randomizer, so it can't always be the same. So your starting characters can always be different. We have enemy randomizer on, we have a boss randomizer on. Pretty much anything that we could get our hands on can be randomized. For today, we're keeping it a little more simple. But so throughout this here, you can even see that we have a palette customizations that we can do. So I have a Super Saiyan Chrono just for fun. But with a track screen here, we can glean some information about our characters. So here we have an X-Strike that we can preview that costs 10 MP and 15 MP. And does some okay damage. So we know that those characters are going to have a decent damage because our tech learn order is also randomized, and how much damage they do is also randomized. So we'll be fighting a lava spawn if we go to Eris Dome, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So I'm going to keep an eye on the little track screen here. Carnoth is going to go over anything I missed, and then we'll get into the randomizer itself proper here in a minute.
Yeah, you did good. There's not much more to add to this. Once we get into it, you'll see it's an objective-based one. So once you do a certain amount of objectives, things are unlocked for you. Your goal, you got to destroy Lavos. You just got to save the world. Time traveling teenagers do. So you guys saw, Slurp Cut was the biggest damage dealer there, and we're seeing Make a Mutant here in Factory, but. The more objectives you do, the more paths to Lavos you have available, essentially, is what it goes to. And everything is super customizable. You can set how many objectives you need to do. You can get up to 8 objectives in there. It's pretty crazy. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's super interesting to see that the track screen actually has all the key items for the most part.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how they had to code it. They basically made it a new game plus and just kind of put everybody around. That is a really big ice sword, so I'm almost hoping we could kind of get Chrono and Marl going here. I think the only thing we didn't cover is kind of how the game levels up with you. So as you defeat bosses and find key items, the scaling will go up. It's a 6 there right now, but it's about to set itself to 0. And as you scale up, so does the game. So it's kind of interesting. It keeps things roughly balanced to the level you would be. So we're going to take a look at our objectives here. So we have to go defeat Black Tyranno and Tyranno Lair. We have to make Luca face her past, which is where she goes back to save her mother. Vanilla Terra Mutant spot does mean we'll have to find a way to fly up into Black Omen if we want to do that objective. Denadoro boss, that's not too bad. That's pretty easy to access. Zen and Bridge repair, presenting bridge boss. Means we'll have to find some jerky to give it to the guard captain there. Reptite lair boss, another easy place to get to. Death Peak, not easy, but there's big rewards up there, which we can talk about later. And to beat Steel Palace boss, we just have to get into the throne room and fight who's there. So I will count us down. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, good luck.
Good luck.
All right, so we have Chrono's mom waking us up. We're playing Ayla, which is kind of cool. Ayla's an interesting start. She has a lot of power and some pretty good dual and triple techs. So that'll be nice to see. These are our objectives that we were talking about. So 1 objective unlocks Ulman. 2 is the portal to get to the ruined 12,000 BC. 3 unlocks the bucket. 4 gives us the 1999 time gauge. And 5 objectives does disable the gauntlet rush if we have to fight Lavos face to face. And she gives us this really cool tip. Start select on the overworld to come straight home. So we do have a home warp built into this randomizer to help with a lot of the backtracking, because we don't get flight right away, so it is nice to be able to just come home. I will pet the cat, because if you don't, run is no longer valid, and away we go. First thing I want to check here is lean square. We have a character check where we would normally recruit Marl, which appears not to be here, and we have a Masamune. I'm not going to bother picking it up yet, because it'll just increase my scaling for picking it up, and it's currently no reward to me. So we also peeped this boss right here. Mini bosses are also randomized. If we find Atropos and we ever find a way to recruit Robo, defeating Atropos does give our boy Robo a little bit of speed to deal with.
So as we saw in like Jolene Square, there's 3 places where recruits may not occur. And the other ones will be filled, because there's a total of 10 recruit spots. 10, yeah, or the 10th one is your starter, right? So 9 other recruit spots, 3 of them being empty.
In terms of scaling, is there a arbitrary formula that pushes the boss's level up X amount, and then they kind of get stats based on that, or?
Wonder shot kind of for 777.
The blunder shot.
So for the boss scaling and everything, it has been ups and downs, right? So as far as how we have balanced it out, or how it's been balanced out, it is, as the level scaling goes up, they'll get more HP, their stats will be increased, and it's kind of based on how their starting level was at, and we kind of adjusted that to make sure that their stats scale in a proper order. So yeah, as you do more things, if you get a key item in default settings, if you get a key item, it's going to increase. If you get a character, it's going to increase. It usually increases by just 1 of your level scaling. So that's the relative level you should be in order to fight it. We usually say you could be under 5 of the level scaling. You might have a tough time here and there, but as long as you're within 5 levels, you'll be fine. Doing objectives and dungeon and fighting other bosses will definitely boost up that scaling a bit. So sometimes you have to think, do I do a boss or an objective right now? Because that's going to bump it up about almost 3 levels for that. Whereas a key item, a character may only increase it by 1.
Does the scaling also apply to enemies as well, or do they scale based on their location?
Yeah, everything will scale based on your scaling. So
okay,
you could fight the same fight in the forest right away, and it's going to be super easy. And if you come back at scaling 50, it is going to be a level 50 encounter. We're just picking up some chests from quick, big bulk of chests, just because they're good to hear. As you can see, Magus is standing here instead of a guard, which means I can actually initiate the prison break sequence and recruit Magus. And since I hate doing this check later on, because I find it very difficult, because it's 2 characters, and sometimes that's really hard if you have a higher scaling. I'm going to do it at scaling level 1, because this is as easy as this is ever going to be.
Yes, excellent. A good choice. And guess what? There's another thing that makes Magus very appealing here. Is one of the Azure's objectives is going into Zeal Palace and like doing um, doing objectives down there. Well, there's a little nice thing we added to Magus where he can just bust down the Zeal Throne door and get into there immediately. So if he needs to do all of Ocean Palace, he just needs the Ruby Knife now, instead of getting the Charged Pendant and Ruby Knife to do Ocean Palace.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Magus is also just a strong character, so it's fun.
He is a really good character. And he also enables a Magus Castle shortcut, so you can skip a big chunk of Magus Castle when you have him on your team. So that's actually a good benefit as well. So Magus is a very attractive character here.
And one of the really cool things we've included in the randomizer for options is we call dual tech Magus. So anything that uses Ice 2, Fire 2, and Lightning 2, Magus can substitute in for. So we could get like an early Blaze Kick or anything like that. It's going to be great. Actually, speaking of techs, let's take a peek. What do we got? So we have a late Rolo Kick. And a late Ice 2. Where's our Rock Throw? Ooh, okay. So this is not a bad roll of things. But we'll see how it lays out. I don't tend to change characters outside of my first 3, but sometimes it's fun. We're gonna leave Fritz there. He knows what he did.
Yeah, from some of our pre-show stuff, we were also going over that each one of the techs also has their individual math associated with them right there listed. So
yeah,
you can kind of tell what you're going to get each and every time. So it's attack times this times that, or level plus magic times this times that.
Exactly.
So you feel like doing the math, you know exactly what you're getting. Instead of being like, oh, well, this damage is bad. Well, that's because you have bad magic, rather than just thinking it's bad. Nice, skip.
Yeah.
Right through the center.
As you can see, there wasn't 2 little shield guys there. There was 2 rebels. How enemy randomizer works is it takes all the enemies that have the same sprite size and slaps them all in a big old pool and mixes them up. So rebels have the same sprite size as the shield enemies, so they can fit there. So that way it doesn't interfere with any of the skips or any of the routing. It just all keeps things nice and simple. The only thing that's the flying enemies are a little weird because their sprite is actually below them.
He just won't go away. It's the second time we've seen him in 10 minutes.
Yes. He doesn't stand much of a chance. He's gone.
Yeah. I did notice you were picking up a lot of different weapons, and part of that is randomized. Is Ayla still kind of the same, where she just gets her mega weapon at Star, or does she actually have weapons implemented in the rando?
I think there's a couple of small things you can play with in the randomizer for it. Ooh, sunshades. But for the most part, she does just use Fist.
Okay.
Yeah. So her starting weapon is her last Fist upgrade, so it's Fist 3. So you start off with that, so it has the higher crit rate in there. You can't add Iron Fist and Bronze Fist to the pool, but you can also, as you were mentioning with the weapons, we have the capability to pretty much create weapon randomizations here. So you can get any stat boost to it, and almost any of the regular effects you would see on weapons on any weapon in a combination of them. And you can assign those so super customizably. So you can say, if you want your Fist to have the quad 9 crits on it, you totally can, and all the time, every run. If you want speed plus 3 on all your weapons, you can have that. So we have a very huge weapon randomization pool in there, so it's pretty cool. And that includes Ayla's fists. So based off of the damage that fist was doing, she could have something like a Doom effect on her fist. I'm not sure, because 246 damage seems like a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty high, yeah. Couple of friggin' flying enemies that get me every time. a couple of things we saw there. You check snail stop as a gate key. I don't have the money for it, but I'm just going to keep it in the back of my mind that I can buy a snail stop or a gate key from the snail stop eventually. And then we also saw that the greedy mayor was holding on to... Where are all my characters? A greedy mayor was holding on to a sunstone, which isn't particularly useful. And we came into Frogsborough because we can pre-check what character would be here. Because I had access to the Masamune, so I could have come and turned that in for the character that's down here. But since they're not here, I just get a free key item out of it. And then we just leave and continue on. We got a jerky. That's actually kind of not bad because we do need to. One of our objectives is defeating the Zenin Bridge boss, and to have access to that Zenin Bridge, we do require at least one jerky.
Speaking of, we did go over the objectives, but did we go over how exactly they function in terms of getting access to the final boss? I don't think we did.
I don't remember.
I can go over that if you'd like. So the objectives, how they give you access is what we typically set it at is the bucket and crashing into Lavos are pretty much the main ways, and Black Omen. Those three things are usually the main way to get into it. Now, what that means is, like, you have to go through Black Omen. It's usually one objective. It's really quick, but you still need flight. You still need 12,000 BC access. You still need things, so having it early open up doesn't change much in a normal run. Unlocking Bucket, you need end-of-time access, which can be gotten with, like, 4 characters and a gate key, or you use Robo to go through Protodome, and you'll end up in end-of-time. And the last one is just, crashing the Epic into Lavos. I mean, you need Epic, obviously. And then you can immediately skip the first part of Lavos fight and go to Lavos to fight. So those are the main ways. There are some other ways where if you go through Ocean Palace, we've left Lavos the hard difficulty on there. So he goes super fast, super powerful. If you happen to beat him, you can set it to either where you've just won immediately, or you go and you can finish the rest of the Lavos fights in there. So those are kind of your ways to win.
Okay. Yeah, because that was something I remember going over where I'm like, okay, well, you have like 8 objectives. What do we have to do all 8? And it's just the fact that it kind of scales based on how many you got, giving you access to the easier / harder skips. Hey, there's a character! We found all 3. Sort of. Good to go.
So Chrono is here. Touch him, he does go away. Oh no, he's gone! Oh no,
he's got a heart virus! Somebody get him the purple medicine! Is it grape flavored?
So we just have to go finish Cathedral. We didn't have to come and look to see if there was a character there. We could have just gone to Cathedral, run through it, and found out the old-fashioned way. But since I was already going through to pick up the chests, because you never know what you're going to find in a chest. You could be anything. Could even be a boat. It's always worth checking.
It's wonderful.
You can get good jets of time.
Wonderful world of randos where you have entire boats just in a chest. Well, if I may, I'm going to take...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to take just a quick moment to remind everybody that this is still RPG Limit Break 2026. This is a pre-recorded run. If you're watching this during the marathon, that means that something's gone terribly wrong. But if you're watching it after the marathon, that means that everything went perfectly all right. But we are here raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI is the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization. They provide advocacy, education, support, and public awareness to improve the lives of all individuals and families affected by mental illness. NAMI exists to ensure that no one is alone on their mental health journey. And so that's what we're here for. We're raising money in support of NAMI. We're playing a bunch of fun games, all for a good cause.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. One of the coolest things about being able to stream and do stuff like this is being able to raise for those who need. And I am always happy when I see people coming together for charities.
I mean, even outside of the event, like, a lot of our community is kind of plugged in year round. It's just the event itself is very nice that we get to raise money, but I think a lot of people need that community aspect.
I forgot.
And that's great. Oops.
That's fine. I'll just attack them.
I'll do it the hard way. But yeah, I love that not only do we have the actual event, but we have the community itself too. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's an amazing way to get people involved and amazing way to help out the community for sure. One thing to note here is if you notice that to the right, the door is already open, so you can actually skip this fight and character check if you really wanted to. So that's one cool feature here. But we did find a Marl, and I know we were excited for a Chrono and Marl team up.
We do have Chrono and Marl team up coming. It's going to be great. Someone's going to get benched.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, it seems like Ayla Magus is a really good start out of your options.
It is. It is very strong. Just gonna rob all the cathedral stuff. It's fine. They don't need it.
Mirage Hand? Man, that would be good if this were speedrun, I think. I can't remember. I might be lying.
I don't know.
Now that we have Marl, we could peek at the tech list for something cool that we will see.
Yeah.
We do have an option on her, and it is enabled in here. I don't know if I should spoil it yet or not, or let it be a surprise.
I mean, the other cool part too is like these weapons aren't just A to B or A to A. They're not the exact same. The name is similar, but their effects are completely different. Even if you decide.
So we discovered there, Marl.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Marl's attacked. It's 777 damage. We do have a weapon effect called 777. And if I equip and unequip, yep. So every time she attacks, it's just 777 damage, no matter what.
And it does. It's super awesome.
Oh, look at this! What is Arrow Hail? You might be asking. Well, I guess we'll find out soon. We've taken a couple of liberties.
I think that's the most important part with the randos is straying a little bit from the beaten path.
Now, I do have to ask. You keep using like first-person pronouns as you reply to, as you're talking about what's going on in the rando. As your Carnoth, what role did you have in developing this randomizer, if any?
I did not really help develop. I was a pretty face, and I streamed it a lot. But I also gave testing and feedback a little bit. PseudoArk was the main developer here, and he worked on Jets of Time as well, if I'm not mistaken. And Phone also did more extensive testing than I did before it was released. So when it was about released almost a full year ago, to kind of like silently release. We posted it to the Jets community, and so when I saw it, I was like, cool, and then I just started playing it a bunch. So my role here is I did that. I learned it from when they were starting to publicize it, and played it a little bit too much.
Hey, there's that dual tech we were talking about.
Yeah, so we got to do Antidote 2 there with Marl and Magus instead of having Luca. For my role in the randomizer, I started streaming mostly with the other randomizer for this game, Jets of Time, and I definitely acted as a sounding board for a while in DMs with PseudoArk here and there as he was developing stuff for that. I'm just a hype guy. I really love Chrono Trigger. I really love randomizers, and this kind of combines both the best of both worlds for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Never discount the power of just good hype vehicles and people who are willing to play it, have fun with it, and then give good feedback. So, yeah.
I mean, as the person that handles the online content stuff, I mean, I'm gonna put out the "your run here" type meme, because honestly, Azure approached us to do this as a pre-record for the event, and it's not just limited to that. That's pretty much a stock standard for most everybody. You come, give me a pitch, and we'll see what we can do. But Chrono Trigger has always been, Chrono Trigger has been like a big one I've wanted to get into, and then I had like two different people. Hey, I want to do Jets. Hey, I want to do Dalton Imperial. I was like, what's a Dalton Imperial?
Yeah.
Are we changing from the metric system finally?
As a Canadian, I'm pretty sure Guardia operates on metric. Okay.
I mean, they would if they were smart, so probably?
Cue me and Hoishin arguing about the length of cables at the end of the marathon. It's like 3 feet, a little over 3 feet. That's 5 meters. Or whatever it was.
All right, we're gonna find our first boss. See what we have coming up. Do a little inventorying. I don't tend to switch my gear very often until I get to a boss, because if I'm doing it every time I find something cool, I'm just going to be forever in menus.
Yeah.
So it's fun when it happens.
Standard speedrun, or standard like RPG strats in general, just kind of like, let's do it when we have a critical mass.
Yeah.
Especially with scaling like this, it allows you to do that, because it's like the bosses are 99% of the time the big choke points anyway.
Yeah, so we're going to see a Presto Changeo into a Yakra, and probably somebody else, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely it'll be a Yakra. There's two of them.
One thing I'll note is a little scaling doesn't really... we got the other half. We got Flea now.
We're just stuck in Magus's lair.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Don't worry about... The sprites do things sometimes. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Honestly, this is the part I love about randos, is the cursed sprites.
The scale that's on the tracker there, that says 6 now, it only really updates when you open your menu. So it might have said 2 or 3 there for a long time, and just updated itself to 6. It didn't magically become 6. It's just the tracker only tracks when you open your menu. So if you ever get wondering what your scaling is, just pop your menu open, and it'll tell you really quick.
I mean, it's good to know that
for it too. Like if you go into the item menu, it says level scaling, and it'll say the number.
It'll be nice
if you don't have OMG.
Or a couple steps away from a go mode that I hope I don't have to default to.
He is in go mode.
We are literally here to buy time. Go mode is not allowed this early.
Okay.
His go mode he needs to prep for it. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Re-roll the seed. Re-roll the seed.
Oh,
re-roll the seed.
Yeah, we'll just start over. I'm sure Tech would love that.
For the 3rd time.
All right, let's take a peek. Oh, I made a mistake. No, it looks bad. Okay. Let's see. So we got a level. We got Confuse, which is normally one of his penultimate moves. Is only costs 2 to do. We got Spin Cut up here at 15. I'm probably thinking I'd drop. I think I might drop Ayla, which feels weird.
That does feel weird, honestly.
Cough, cough, Falcon hit seed. Cough, cough.
Ooh,
I mean,
true.
I mean, it's kind of hard, right? Because Marla is just like a damage machine with the 777s. Like,
yeah, and oh my gosh, don't worry about that. She can run through walls now. She can run through walls. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's a rando. If we didn't say the walls were intact, we shuffled the game, even the walls.
Let's see what we can do here. So this is what we're talking about with all the backtracking. I can just warp back home. I don't have to come back here.
Yeah, I was actually just going to mention that. I was going to say, I've noticed that you can just warp back to the house a few different times, but we really hadn't brought it up. But I guess I'm a little bit late to
One nice thing, since we have this guy here, Chrono, we can actually come talk to our mom and get our allowance. We got a speed tab for our allowance.
Whoa. All right, Mom. Where'd you find the money for this?
His mom is a homie sometimes. You know, maybe the mom will give you a rainbow sword, or maybe it'll just be.
You can't jump back into that in vanilla, correct?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Can you? Wow, I just have never done it. I didn't even know you could.
Ooh, we found a little bit of money. So this is actually our first time being able to showcase this in this run so far. Here, there's usually a forced encounter. We've turned all of our forced encounters into little flames. I can press A on it to start the encounter if I would like to. But any forced encounter that is runnable, we've basically turned off. Just because they're not. We're gonna run from them anyway. They're not fun.
Makes sense, yeah.
They don't add anything. So we just kind of have a quick little jaunt through Heckran's cave. Actually, forgive my sidebar. I'm gonna step outside for a second, and because I'm pretty sure I have this on in this flag set. We might be able to see a little teaser of the boss we're gonna fight.
Definitely makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Though.
I was wondering, what is he talking about? But I
know,
get it.
I'm
I get
like,
it.
bro, we are recording. You are not leaving that computer.
Zombor Cave. So normally this text would say Heckran's Cave. So we know at the end of this we're gonna be fighting Zombor.
Ooh, nice.
So some places there are other hints are a little less obvious. You have to talk to some NPCs for them, but there are hints in the world for a lot of the boss randomization.
I mean, it's a good way to go about it with randomizers. Like, information is king, so the more places that it can be, the better.
And we have those fun enemies or bosses like Retinite to deal with, and Nizbel. You need lightning and water from and stuff. So to actually hurt them. So it kind of is nice to go, oh man, not a Nizbel. Oh no, not a Retinite. Not a son of sun. But yeah, some of the places that we've already visited, we could have checked in Cathedral. There's a NPC that will tell you, oh, so and so is here in one of the rooms, and then we could also have checked the Chrono Trial boss by talking to the guards in the far left staircase, and they would have told us, oh, the Chancellor's been working on Slash for so long. Or good dialogue there,
This fight is going to be very easy because of Marl's 777 weapon. I will not lie. You also see we have a sight scope on. Yeah. So if I can see the top half has 1100 HP. Normally you can't see that with a sight scope, but we've turned it on. It's fine. Thankfully. It helps with your planning. Yeah.
I mean, I could understand why they were made accessories, but unfortunately, like, a lot of the SNES games that use that, they just didn't get used at all, because it's like, all right, well, I can kind of rough this out. I don't really need to equip a bad accessory that doesn't, like, give me 6 speed.
Exactly.
50% crit rate or the HP value?
Yeah.
The reason for it, too, is because it's the level scaling, right? They're usually, if you don't have the level scaling, you can kind of know what the bosses have and enemies have, but in this, you may not know. You may run into Yakra at level 50 and not realize he has like almost 20,000 HP and hits like a truck to your mage characters. So you kind of want to know those sort of things. So that's why we have it on. And it's an option. You can always turn it off.
Oh no, I'm going to embarrass myself on national television.
Look, Mom, I'm on TV and I hated every minute of it.
What?
So the Chrono trigger lets me go in here and basically check what Beckler would normally have as a bit of a clone.
Anime minigame.
Yeah, so I want a pendant. I would definitely want a pendant. So I very frequently mess this up because my brain short circuits. So I'm just going to shut up and focus, and we'll see how far I get.
We're locked in.
Oh, almost messed it up. Come on. Oh. Oof. I very frequently miss that.
GG.
Yeah. I mean, When you said that, I was like,
have.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Casually, I've had to do this like 2 or 3 times most every time. What can I say? My observant ability is not my large skill set.
It's the laugh and surprise. I always get them backwards sometimes, and I don't know. I don't know what happens. I just panic.
I mean, we've all been there. We have it recorded on YouTube. You know, where we've all messed up a couple times on there. The good news on that Beckler check too is if you have the chrono trigger and you do that and you fail, depending on how far you progress, you can end up buying the clone, or the whatever key item is there. So like it starts off at 30,000. So if you know you have a ton of money, you can just immediately fail it if you want, and just spend the 30,000 gold and get your key item and walk away. Or if you don't have a lot of gold, finish it and it's free. So I mean, you can get to what was like 2,000 or something. It's an interesting way, so that if you do fail, you don't feel so bad. You go, oh, I just spent some gold.
So we've exhausted all the access that we have with the epoch now. So we have access when we start the game to 1,665 million. It's just what kind of is settled into. So it's kind of nice to have access to those locations. Because we have Ayla, we can go do Reptite Lair here. It is one of our objectives. I am going to do a couple little side quests while I'm here. I'm going to say hi to New. See if he has anything really good. But after this, we're going to go dive into Reptite's Lair and see what boss we have in there.
And then as you're traveling, I'm going to go ahead and take this time to remind everybody that
time.
This is RPG Limit Break 2026 here in support of the National Alliance on Mental Illness. This is a pre-recorded run. So if you're watching this during a time that you thought, hey, the marathon should be live right now, it probably should be, but it isn't. So we're playing this run instead to give us a chance to fix that and make it happen. But if you're watching this after the marathon, welcome in. We're glad to have you here. We want to make sure that you're aware of all the amazing things that are happening, specifically the amazing things that NAMI is doing people, why we support them. And one of the biggest things that they have, or one of the things that I'm most excited to talk about that they have, is the NAMI Helpline, which is a free US-based but nationwide peer-supported service providing information, resources, referrals, and support to people living with mental health conditions, their family members, caregivers, and mental health providers. The NAMI Helpline is available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time via phone call, text, and live web chat. To reach the NAMI Helpline, please call 1-800-950-6264 or visit nami.org/help to access all NAMI Helpline resources and contact information.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you everyone who has donated or did donate. I appreciate every single one of you.
Yep. Like I was pitching it to a lot of people that this is like a stealth bonus run. Might as well keep everything from the marathon while giving you guys a full bonus. You even get the marathon experience, whether or not we're down and out.
All right. Every single encounter in this maze is skippable. There are a ton of checks, or chests, not checks. So I'm going to grab all of them, because there could be anything. Again, there might even be a boat in one of them, and I'm hoping to find one.
I mean, that's my downside on randos. I am a consummate treasure goblin, and it even when I get, like, light bringers and valiant knives, I have to put on the handcuffs, or else I'll check everything anyway.
What if you find something better?
Yeah.
Boat?
No. What if that Illumina was in one chest in the far corner? You know,
I'll do an extra 20 damage.
Sorry.
Speaking, mop it up, baby.
So wrong button. Come on. There we go. There we go. So Mob, normally a pretty crappy weapon, but this time it is +3 speed with Valiant. Valiant, not normally a Chrono Trigger stat, but we've added it in. The lower your HP, the more damage it does, and it balances incredibly brokenly, I'll say, with Chrono's Confuse. So we're going to slap that on now because we have a 2 MP Confuse. I don't want to wait for those.
Does the same thing as the 777 damage, where it goes through defense. So it's so it's whatever missing HP is done is whatever missing HP you have is added on top of your damage. So if he's missing 100 HP, guess what? He's doing 100 extra damage. Well, confuse 4 times, right? So that's 400 extra damage if he's missing 100 HP, and yeah, so it's an amazing late game weapon, and so you could get a 900 damage per hit on confuse to Lavos middle part there without having to defeat his arms and just laugh at him with Chrono.
Good to see that.
There's an invisible save point there. It's fine.
It's good to see that there's some value in checking each one of the weapons, and you could find something better rather than just well, I got my Prism Blade. It's time to hit for 70% crit rate. Don't need anything else. Yep. That's kind of the heart and the soul of a randomizer, and it's good to see that it's implemented in more ways than one.
Here we go. I'm going to pay attention to this fight for a second if you want to take care of it, Carnoth.
We're seeing a lot of the same sprites. This is kind of goofy.
Yeah, so Ret Knight here. Luckily, Marl is here. Ice, water to help soften the defense, and then don't kill the middle guy early, or else they go crazy. You get tough guy to, especially here. We are lucky we have Marl though. And he's one of those ones where you just do not want to see early on. But yes, and back to talking about finding a boat. One of the key items we have here is called Depth of Time, which is another access to flight. So if you get that, and then you go to the Blackbird, the actual location, you can immediately jump on your epic, fight the boss there, and get your flight. So we have 2 ways to get flight, and one is doing the objectives, and one is that way. So you can open your world up in different ways.
We are blessed with our weapon loadout here. I should be able to finish next turn. Next Marley turn. At least close to.
I'm guessing there's some can you turn off some of the settings for the weapons where it's hard rolls of 777, those kind of things, or is it kind of a scale?
So the weapon rando pool is completely customizable. As in, you can get extremely detailed with it. There's up to 16 weapon rando pools, meaning you decide which weapons are in that pool. You decide what effects can roll, and what stats can roll. So there's a pool for the stats and a pool for the effects that can roll on the group of weapons you put in there. So for instance, if you want to make it so that no 777 damage weapon rolls on Chrono because it's busted with Confuse, you can take that out and set in a weapon rando pool just for Chrono weapons that takes that out, and you can put whatever else you want.
Okay.
I go to the point where it's you can have a percentage chance of having these roll and percentage chance of these rolling. So it's something that we do. I've for my personal settings, I run 7 weapon pools that I've customized for it. By default, there's I think only 3 enabled. But yeah, you can totally get into it. If you want speed +3 on every Luca weapon, just because she's so slow, or robo weapon, you can totally do that 100%.
Okay, so it's very granular, like Final Fantasy Randomizer. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So what I was able to do there at the end, I was able to click the button that said Arrow Hail, which is a AoE physical attack from Marl. So every single enemy on the screen took 777 damage, which was able to let me just kind of one-shot the rest of the parts there. It was kind of nice.
Yes.
I also always save outside of dungeons because you never know what's going to happen inside of them.
So
Like this.
you can head over there and hit up the Epoch whenever, but can you take that to the end of time as well? Or is there just no
Not
reason
yet.
to do so? Okay.
I actually could get end time access. You're right. Like we saw earlier, I had found gate key in Snail Stop, so I could just go buy gate key. And once I own a gate key and have 4 or more characters, I do gain access to end of time. It doesn't do a whole lot for us right now, but it is accessible technically. There is one of the objectives you can roll is defeat Specchio.
Yeah,
So
I
that
was
is a
gonna
time
say,
where you'd
like-
want to be able to get to the end of time. But yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't
Yes.
sure if maybe it would be easier to use the time warps there, because I know like the big thing is the bucket and Specchio, really.
Yes. So the warps won't open up until you've actually gone through the gate, one of the gates associated with them. Usually, there's some weird edge cases where those portals may open up, like just randomly before you have, or I've seen it happen like once, but we're talking like weird settings with entrance randomizer and things on.
Okay.
But yeah, you bring up like another point with the epic. You can actually start with lights without. You can start with no epic. You may have to find the epic. But there are those settings too where you can set up your starter rewards to have it or not. In default settings, like Azure is running, it's you have the epic that you can go through. So there, again, extremely customizable experience. It's pretty nice.
And I just remember
Yeah.
being like, as a kid, not even realizing you could run, because this is one of those. What is it? It's hold LR, right, to activate the run.
Oh yeah, hold L and R, yeah.
Yeah,
the
you gotta
tutorial
give me a
Mayor's
little
House does
button
tell
on
you
the
that.
menu. Yeah, well, kids reading? Nah, couldn't
I know.
be. Alright, I guess I'll just fight everything if that's the way it's gonna be. So yeah,
And the sheer amount
Sit
of
down.
runnable encounters is pretty much everything's runnable almost.
I think when I did finally see somebody running, I was just like, what the I've been lied to my entire life. I'm so angry right now.
Been lied to by yourself?
Yeah, right. It's my own, and I mean, staff chat can definitely appear to that. Sometimes my brain seems to function. Few and far in between, but it does have functionality. Oh, I've never seen Ayla's landing sprite there.
Yeah.
You get some interesting stuff, which is
Yeah,
happening.
you don't get to see otherwise because of the randomizer, because I don't think you normally have access to her at this point.
No, you could bring her here technically.
Well, I guess it's because Chrono lands first, for the most part, usually, and so you only really get to see the first person's landing sprite. Everybody else kind of gets blocked by the first one that lands.
Our mountain's nice.
Mountains
still
are
nice?
nice.
Mountains are nice.
Mhm.
And how nice are they?
Big.
Not that nice.
Oh,
I mean,
he didn't get the vote.
I mean, yeah, but like, what else could he do? Give you a 999 bow? There's very little room for improvement right now, unfortunately.
He could have one of those DS items that are available. He could have had an Angel tiara or one of Ayla or Marl.
Ooh, that
Could have
would've
given
been
them
nice.
haste
See,
and
now, the funny part is the chat is going to have been able to have seen that Chrono Trigger DS 100% run that's happening tomorrow. So I have completely forgot what they do, but chat will be completely aware.
Well, now you've completely given away the timing of when we recorded this. Now all the
Good.
mystery is gone.
Now we have to start over. Oh,
You spoiled it. Scrub the recording. Can't give him the date. That's very important. Golem. Okay.
so the little hint here, he says "Big Brother go," and then Lem, and so fused together, our boss is Golem. A little shoot thing that was added.
It's good to see the like actual damage, because it definitely was like struggling to get any damage out on the Heckran, or not Heckran, but the because they reuse some of these. My brain just like remembers the first name and that's it.
If you attack the guy on the left, there's no counterattacks. Fun fact.
I
wonder who we're fighting.
Like, this
apparently the Lemgo. I don't know what the Lemgo is, but
Lemgo, yeah.
I don't know. Two become one.
Almost. Are you trying to make a Diablo 2 rune word there?
Yeah.
All right. We kind of follow the same strat as a regular, I believe, and we're gonna try and get ice. We're cycling between ice and physical here. There we go. No, not AzureCale. Get the ice out so I can be a little more comfy, and then we'll kind of play around with some of the other stuff you just saw there. There was a haste all spell. Wonder what that does.
And I could talk a little bit more about what we've done tomorrow as far as like there's a setting called Use Physical tomorrow. So as you saw, AzureCale is an AoE physical attack, and you can also opt to do haste all instead of haste. And with physical Marl enabled, her hit scales up per level, which it normally doesn't do in vanilla. So meaning that her levels actually get her more power on her bow. And it is possible to, make her a more physical character with those types of settings. We've given the same treatment to Luca. We don't know if we'll see her this run, but she does have a tech called double hit or double tap. So it's just a 2-hit firing mechanism, you can say, and then hits the enemy twice. And she also has the capability for protect all. So those things are scaled based off of their attack instead of their magic damage. It gives a little bit more variety to them. And I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of Marl, and I'll never go back.
I see.
Yep.
We have access to haste 2 already. GG, well played. Time to clock out.
Normally, you only ever get haste, just regular single haste.
Yeah.
But in the randomizer, we gave haste all.
Didn't they?
If you want it.
Did they add that to the DS version, or am I tripping? I feel like haste 2 was.
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time I've just straight up imagined something and been informed that I need to stop puffing the gas that's in the house. You're supposed to get out of the house, not hang out. Good grief.
Everyone should live that. Yeah, we're good.
I mean, dang. I was going to say, we could see some really big damage from Confused plus Mop damage.
Yeah.
Under these circumstances.
We got 4 levels from that, so we're a little lower than scaling, I think. But that's okay.
So, with the level ups, do we get like a free refill off of those, or how does it function?
No, I still need to go shelter and heal up and restore MP. It just kind of increases your max. I don't think Chrono Trigger ever increased the current.
Normie questions. It's been a long time since I played CT. Recently been plowing away at Breath of Fire 2, where like your max does get increased, but they refill your HP with how much you gain to your max, but not your MP. So, like every one of these games has their own rules. So it's better to ask than just say the wrong thing, like I like to do all too often.
I'm gonna turn in the bromide we found in the cathedral forever ago. I sometimes forget about it.
Oh yeah, that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Dream Reaper.
Oh, our first DS item, right?
It is. Oh, we'll look at it. We're not going to be using it because it's for Magus. There it is. It's a plus 10 hit and has Valiant on it.
I mean, I think we saw it in the store, but it was incredibly expensive. It was like 35,000 or something.
Thereabout, yeah.
No! Rip the Valiant.
What am I at?
Yeah.
30? Ooh. I don't really want to get another
30?
objective yet. Let's go to the future.
Try not to push the scaling too hard, so it's still reasonable to complete.
Oh,
Yes,
it's gonna be completable.
Yes. There's been a lot of work in trying to normalize how much experience points you get from the bosses and how much your scaling is going up. Yes, there's a danger if you go objective back to back to back really, really quick. You could get in a very sticky scenario there. But for the most part, if you're kind of weaving in some boss fights in between, they usually pump you up enough, more than enough to kind of speed through this as quick as you can. We've had, sometimes in normal settings, we've had runs go as quick as an hour and a half, and then we have like crazy setting entrance randomizers. They go up to 3 hours, 4 hours one time. We won't talk about that one. Yes, and then the record on some older series is like 32 minutes, and that was because of some little cheap strat.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, it's somewhere buried in one of my VODs. It was Magus and Marl and Lavos can be chosen to be scaled, or with the level scaling, or his default value of 50. He was scaled. It was like perfect storm. I rushed Ocean Palace 32 minutes, but we'll probably not see that yet.
No.
Yeah, the good old randomizer special, the once in a lifetime World Recce.
Let's go check our Protodome character. We found the bike key, and we need bike key in order to pass through here. Bike key and Chrono, I believe.
Bike
We're
key.
just gonna walk through though, because it's
bike key is just to walk through Lab 32. You need Chrono if you want to do the Johnny race, which Johnny race can be an objective. If you want to go fast.
I always kind of forget that screen exists because they always put you on the other side once you do the race, which you have to do.
All right, character check. Could be anybody. It's Frog.
I mean,
This is more scaling, but that's fine.
I
Everyone remembers Frog being blue,
pop.
right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he also comes with free frog legs. Good grief. Just him spawning in Robo's spot. It just hits me in the right spot.
Now, Frog has a couple purposes. You can return if you have the Masamune and you go to the Northern Ruins. You can trigger that cutscene, with Cyrus, and that could be a key item check. And then also, if you have the Masamune, you can go through Magic Cave to get to Magus' lair, which is important to access 12,000 BC. So, Frog plus Masamune get you things, and that's what he gates.
Gotcha. Character check that leads to more checks.
Yeah.
Yes, and the 12,000 DC access is important because if we don't have 12,000 DC access, we can't get our flight. We can't fly around and have fun.
That's sad. Everyone wants to fly.
Yeah, because ideally, I would imagine that for most people, this is their first. At least for a lot of our viewers, it's going to be their first time ever seeing this rando in particular. I'm sure most people know about Jets of Time and have seen it at least once or twice, but this was the first time I've heard of this one, so we tried to keep the settings a little bit more parsable for newer viewers. Hey! It's almost like we saw this before.
Is it Lava Spawn or Elder Spawn? Oh, no. That's not good. Not bad, but it's not good.
The tap dance for our victory, it looks like.
All right.
And this particular area has 2 checks too. So if you we have the one check back here where you usually get the seed in vanilla. You can get a key item, and then if you have the seed, you also get another check where you usually get the bite key. So Airstone can actually be a pretty good place to find seed early on. The Elder Spawn here, out.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in on this one. I'll leave it all to you guys.
I do appreciate that he's just absolutely dead set on killing Marl here.
Yes,
My man.
I don't appreciate
It's
that.
the one person I don't want you to hit. Hit Chrono.
Hit Chrono,
Surely
please,
this will make things easier for you.
there we go. We got a good AoE. Maybe now Chrono's gonna beef up a bit there.
There we go.
But yes, this randomizer in particular, we're in like in comparison to Jet. There's a lot more of key items here. There's a lot more different checks here, and as you mentioned earlier, it's a little bit more like the vanilla experience, as far as thematically too, about what things are there. So it's a lot of fun. It's a different experience. Definitely worth a go through. And there's a site for it, rando.com. If you need to roll feeds, that's where you roll them. And then you can always join the Discord, and myself, Bone, one of us there usually helps out. If you have any settings to choose. But yeah, a ton of fun.
You
Good
would drop
job.
a mermaid cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels, 6 levels. Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite things to do is count how many levels I just got from something and realize, I am getting ahead of myself with scaling. We got a Ben Hilt, which gives us Tata? Yeah, it gives us Tata.
Yep.
It's honestly interesting to see because I, as like a person that hasn't seen this before, especially like with casual, I see a 777 weapon and I'm like, that's busted. Then I see ice hit for 1300 and I'm like, maybe I need to revise my my opinion on this.
It's definitely busted early. It falls off pretty quick, but if you find one when you're still really low level, it's fantastic.
Got it.
Yep,
got
most
it.
There's no reason to go beyond here for now.
Yes. And the most busted it is on Chrono. He's just doing 777 times 4 every single
Multiple
time.
hits,
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
So it can be a little bit
especially
more
if-
broken on certain characters. Yeah, that makes sense.
Confused, only costing 2 MP. I could just spam it for a whole fight and not even worry about putting an ether on them. It's pretty good.
And seeing that Azure got 6 levels, on some of those characters, what the settings have is kind of like normalized boss experience points in the settings by default, which means that depending on how it's scaled, like if you're at the same level of scaling and fighting a boss and you win, you usually get, I want to say, 4 or 5 levels from that boss fight. It's guaranteed, like 4 or 5 levels is how much experience points you get if you're even leveled. If you're not, then you may get some more and everything. And since boss scaling only goes up by 3, this fight can kind of catch up a bit from it. And so him getting 6 levels is kind of a big thing there to help him catch up.
This is going to be another +1, but it's fine. Scaling does have a cap. It caps at 50. Our level also... Dang it. Our level also caps at 50. So that is good to know.
So you were
I just do
saying
Magus? I think I just do Magus.
You were saying earlier that you tend to not change your party unless from the beginning. What is usually a big enough incentive for you to swap to a new character?
It'd have to be it comes down to gear. Like if I find a really good Chrono sword, I would put Chrono in the party. I just never find a sword for Chrono. He's not worth keeping in the party most of the time, just because of he is extremely dependent upon his weapon.
Gotcha.
So it all comes down to that. Or like if I find a character with a really cool tech loadout, but I get used to what I have and it's fine. But one of the other little things that's hidden underneath the floorboards here is the optimization to how everything works. As I'm getting tech points on these characters, everyone else is too. So no one's getting left behind. Everyone's getting levels. It's pretty good.
Tech points are the things that get shared.
So the entire group that's not currently in the party is getting tech points as well to actually learn skills?
No. So it's just experience points. So they get experience points.
Yeah.
The way that you kind of manipulate that is you have an option to. There's two ways. There's one, the recruit spots, some of them have a default level that's pretty high. So let's say Death Heat. The default level for that character is like 37 because it takes a long time to get up there, and by that time you might as well almost be 37. So when they join, they're automatically that, and I think all their techs are unlocked as well. So there's that, and then the other option that is enabled by default is scale to leader, which means if the leader is higher level and higher tech level than the recruit just mirrors that. So if your leader has all techs unlocked and you recruit a new character, they'll have all techs unlocked. But at this point in time, the rest, like Magus and Frog, are not getting tech points, so they're kind of getting left behind in those. But there's always the good old Mount Woe Rebel. There's that we could always use to catch up if need be.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Oh gosh. Cursed sprites. 475.
My brain is now imagining Yakron with a sword.
Yeah.
It's like standing up and holding it between his claws on either side, just clumsily trying to keep the sword in his claws.
Yakra, you might have saw there, has 14.8 thousand HP. And is hitting like a truck.
I see we've hit the point of meet the consequences of our actions in terms of scaling, huh?
Yeah, we're seeing our own success come back on us here a little bit. I really need them to hit Chrono. That'll do.
Yakra is definitely like one of those high hitting bosses with late scaling. Rough. Finding him in at level 50, and you have all magic people who usually don't have a lot of physical defense, hurts. But yes, this is going to be more intense of a fight because of his counterattack, because of his physical damage.
Rip.
Yes.
That's fine. 50 HP is good for us on Chrono anyway.
Yeah, we've been getting quite a bit recovery items and really haven't had to dip into that stock just yet. Well, not completely. Still got some ethers and a lot of tonics kicking around.
Yeah, he's Yakuza is force of nature, right?
We'll see what this is. 4, 8, 12, 16. We're good. Oof. That was rough.
And Lava Spawn, when he's at max scale, can be a little too with his physical AoE.
Isn't damage cap normally in the hundreds, or does it scale up to the thousands? And I've just forgotten everything about this game.
Damage cap is technically quad 9 for Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
Technically.
Yes.
I have a little bit of running around just to get to the next boss. Do you want to do your charity talk?
Get over
Absolutely.
to our host.
Yeah, thank you. This
Yeah.
is, of course, RPG Limit Break 2026, benefiting the National Alliance on Mental Illness. As it says along the bottom there, this is a pre-recorded run. So if you're wondering, hey, where's the live marathon right now? The answer is somewhere. I'm probably trying to find it and put it back. We'll see what happens. Or if this is after the marathon and you're just watching this on YouTube, welcome. We appreciate you being here as well. But yes, we are here in support of NAMI. And so in an effort to support their mission statement, we would like to encourage our viewers in chat, our donators, and everyone involved really, to avoid using mental health related pejoratives when describing situations that are extraordinary. It's sometimes common to use terms like crazy, insane, mental, nuts, bonkers, but we ask you to be mindful of the specific language you're using, as many people do not realize that those are pejoratives. Instead, consider substituting them with words such as amazing, ridiculous, wild, bananas, and using more... there's a word that's just fallen out of my brain, but using a nicer language and rather than using things that are kind of directly related to mental health. There, we greatly appreciate your cooperation with this, and hope that in addition to just here and our space, but also just kind of carry that forward with you in your everyday life. Of course.
That was Flea. Flea's defeated, so we can move on with the rest of the castle. Oh, wait. Why can't I move? The original bait and switch. We have a mutant. Oh, boy.
Mutants are a menace.
I regret who I got MP busted. I'll say that. Go to 4K. We can probably get there.
I was just thinking earlier how the reptiles or reptites that are supposed to be from the past kind of look like aliens to me as a kid. And here we come full circle to that thought in the back of my mind.
Yeah, as you can see, mutant doesn't take a whole lot of physical damage. So this is where we're going to have things like our 777. Chrono taking damage is good for us. So that'll mean his Valiant weapon's going to come online a little bit.
Does that mean the boss gimmicks stay the same, or are they randomized?
The boss gimmicks are all the same. Bosses are what they are.
Gotcha.
So if you know their their pattern, what they're weak to, all that stuff, that all should, for the most part, stay the same.
Makes sense.
I wish I could just punch Chrono with Ayla. That'd be nice.
I know, right? Whenever you got like threshold-based things like this, you're just like, it would be nice if I could attack my party.
Ooh. I'll take one HP. Let's go up here. Yeah.
What's he trying?
7, 14, 21, 28.
Yes. So since Valiant pierces that defense, it doesn't matter that he's physical resistant. That's why we love a good Valiant mop on Chrono.
That introduces a pretty cool gimmick, honestly.
And we're done. That lifesaver shaved the time of this dungeon a lot.
Some of the additional effects that have been added are MP Leech and HP Leech as well. So, per hit, you can, there's 2 tiers of HP Leech, 5% of damage, HP Leech, and 10% damage. So, those are pretty cool to get. And then the MP is plus 2 MP per hit or plus 5 MP per hit. So, those are some bonus effects that have been added that are not in vanilla game, which is pretty cool.
I don't remember if I need to have Megas in the party or not, so I'm just going to move him here.
To be honest,
Yeah, I don't either. I go in and out because that'll bring me back here so I can kind of get my save point. But we skipped the whole center of the dungeon because we have Magus, which is a lot of time. This boss is one of the few that we're about to fight that is not randomized. It is still going to be Magus.
Load-bearing boss, I see. Quite literally.
Yes.
So we got Magus, we have Black Tyranno in Tyranno layer. We have Zeal 2, the face and the arms Zeal and Black Omen. All Lavos forms are not randomized. And I think that's it. I'm trying to think if I've missed any, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
Feels like every time I go into Omen, Zeal 1 is still Zeal 1, but I feel like that's just coincidence.
Oh, it definitely is.
Sure.
I've seen Zeal 1 trouncing in Hecarim Cave a lot.
Yeah. Alright, we gotta do 17k. I'll start with our haste and kind of see where we go from here. We have one of the best songs in the game.
Do we still have the elemental gimmick phase?
Yes, we do. I think it might. Let's take a look. What do we have for Volt Bite? 1 in 15? Maybe. Oh yeah, it's cat attack. So no. So you can see up at the top, 2 times cat attack damage. Our cat attack is not a lot, so the actual lightning part of Volt Bite doesn't add to the dual tech. So we're probably not going to bother with that one. As Magus counters, our Chrono does more damage.
Yeah. The one thing you'll see is you may see a wild Magus here in another boss spot, and that Magus is always the one you fight at North Cape. So it's this Magus you only fight once and is always in Magus Castle. So the North Cape one is different and doesn't have the element gimmick like this guy has. And as you can see on the tracker, you can see the 2 and the note icon. That's how many objectives you completed. So that tracks it, but you can see all the bosses that are being tracked and that we have done, and those relate to the boss spot. So, we've done the Hecarim Cave boss spot, we've done the Yakra boss spot, as usual. And then the additional check below where we did the vector check, and then we talked to Tata because we have the Dentil, and Frog's Burrow. So there's all those there. So the top part is our 2 items and characters, and the middle part is bosses, bottom part is additional check. In that last row where you see the 2 objectives, we can see that, the Omen is highlighted, so we have the Omen unlocked. And then the other parts are if we have the bucket highlighted, our bucket mode is unlocked, and then that last one right there is the page unlocked. If we have light, then the epic on the far left will highlight yourself.
Any second now, we're going to get Dark Matters. There it is. Alright, hopefully the barrier lets Chrono live. It did. Fantastic. I'll let Chrono kill. Magus is down.
Yep.
We did it.
Oh, should. Whoa! I wish Confused did that much damage normally.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think
Valiant
Confused
is
was
really strong.
I think Confused was my favorite move, casually. But it's
It's a very cool move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did love Confuse as well.
A little pop up there that said 12,000 BC was added to the epoch. So now when we go to the epoch, we can time travel to the 12,000, which is nice. I think I'm going to check my scaling. I might just do some objectives. I think we're at that point. Yeah. Okay.
With the the gating always kind of revolves around these certain checks to get access. There's no alternate forms of gating. Like getting access to 12,000 BC or whatever only comes from defeating Magus in his lair. That kind of thing. Versus having Ayla gives you access or something like that.
You can also do Chrono layer if you can get flight to get there.
Okay.
Just the typical ways that you get shot out to or gain access to a portal that gives you to that time zone.
So the methods that you would get there organically. Got it.
All right, this might be brutal.
But yes, yeah, that's to get to Tyranno, you could have Dreamstone and Ayla, and because Dreamstone will get you the Dactyls, and you can apply the Tyranno layer, which is there are 12,000 PC access there. Additionally, you can do Magus's layer, and then the last one you can do is if you have Charged Pendant, you can go to Keeper's Dome in the future. You talk to Balthazar there, the new there, and he says, okay, you can have 12,000 BC access. And now, so those are ways that you can get that. The Charge Pendant one doesn't come up often, but when it does come up, and it is the only way to access it, it's a lot of times forgotten.
Gotcha. So it's like one of those weird checks, like for Worlds Collide, saving Terra is like an open check. I gotcha. My brain,
you didn't know, you just have to hit Ozzy 3 times, and you can get out of and the other things despawn.
Nice.
You don't have to waste all your time attacking things.
Definitely a good strategy here because of those exploding guys.
Oh yeah, the roly-polies.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know early seed fun times with those roly-polies, I can tell you about it because as you know, we were going through and we were still testing things out, and it was released, and I was going through seeds. I went through Magus Castle, and I was pretty high scaled. I think it was around this level or 50, and sure enough, I ran into a roly-poly. I was like, okay, I hit him, and he exploded on my party for quad 9 immediately. I did get lucky once where they didn't explode on me, and we noticed that he gave 30,000 experience to me.
Don't worry. This is Guardian. So, if you didn't know, the Guardian sprite is actually not a sprite. It is part of the background pixels. So we can't just slap other palettes into other areas. So we kind of had to come up with some sort of alternative, and Brown New is just kind of where Pseudo Arc landed.
I mean, it made me chuckle pretty heavily, so I think it got where it was supposed to. This is the kind of things in a rando that you want people to laugh at the first time you see it. Please don't take it too seriously, buddy.
Hit Chrono. Dang it. This fight's gonna take some time. I don't think it's we're not in any particular amount of danger. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get through. If we were live, this is where I'd say throw a bunch of donations at us. But if you want, you can do another plug.
Absolutely. We actually have a couple of artists that we need to give great thanks to. The first is Oro, who did so much work on our overlays, putting together our style guides and everything. I will say the particular overlay you're looking right now is based off of what Oro's work did, and then I took it and I messed it up a little bit. So that's why it doesn't look anything like the rest of the marathon. But Oro does great work. We're so thankful for everything they do for us. You can find them on Blue Sky at oro.ufsap.xyz. But we are also incredibly grateful to LLK, who's a longtime contributor to RPG Limit Break, GDQ marathons. You can find them all over the place. They do fantastic work. They're designer of our promo banners, our attendee badges, so many of our emotes as well. And you can check out her work at her website, which is jazzaboo.com. That's JAZAABOO.com. And kind of the two of them working in tandem have established a lot of what the visual elements of RPG Limit Break looks like, which I maybe should have leaded with. Anyway, we are RPG Limit Break 2026 coming to you. I was going to say coming to you live from Denver, but we're very much not right now. This is a pre-recorded run, as it says right there at the bottom, which is giving us a chance to either fix something terrible or just to have some fun content after the marathon as we're all busy packing up and heading home. We are, of course, benefiting NAMI, or the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which is a grassroots advocacy organization that was formed in 1979 by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illnesses. They have maintained that focus to this day. We are always so willing and thankful for the opportunity we have to work with them and help bring some money and some eyes onto the work they do.
Yeah, give it some screen time, because it's the one of the big issues is just like not understanding it and having it kind of being misunderstood. So talking about mental illnesses definitely help everybody understand. Lost in thought moment.
Yeah, looking at my map, figuring out where to go. We're technically go mode. I could go to bucket. But I'd like to get. I don't want to do bucket. It's just I don't want to do the front. I don't want to do
all that nonsense.
I don't want to do the.
The front is like a boss rush, right? And then you get access to the center. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find. Wait, I have objectives I can do, right? I've been ignoring them.
I do love that on your tracker there is just a big green go button that has lit up now that you're in go mode. That's fantastic.
We love simplicity.
I love that the possible clears are just like it's a little piece of paper with check marks on it, and 3 of them are done. Speaking, you did mention it a second ago, but this is the tracker that we have showing up is only a small portion of the actual entire tracker, just to keep it a little bit simpler. But the auto tracker has a lot more information on it that makes it a lot easier to like make plays and decisions while doing this randomizer, not just this one little thing where you're seeing right now.
Yes, there's a map feature where you can see all those. So that's super helpful if you're jumping back in and you can't remember certain things. Similar to other trackers, green means you can do it, and so it should light up with that. I don't think there's any yellow ones. How some trackers have. Oh, it's yellow, so you could do this outside of logic. I don't think we have those. It's just a green or red if you want to show all the location checks.
With our new, we do have a couple of blue, because you can peek a couple of things. We have a new tracker that's being built and worked on for some of the more other fun things you can track in the game. So we're definitely always looking to grow and make things more accessible and easier to understand.
Yeah, we have a couple presets. One is is one that adds more checks. So, for instance, you can add almost anything as a check. It can be a chest. It could be this. As long as there's a place where we can you get like an item from it, you can add that as a key item check. So one of them puts them strategically. So where you have this is another key item check. You have hunting range as a key item check. So we have that mode, and then the other mode is where every single chest and tab location is a check, can be a check, excluding those that you can't always get. Prism Helm, that easy mode here. No.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Good old
yeah,
Prism
we don't
Helm.
have status protection yet, and I've been kind of nervous about it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was nice to see.
Prism Helm is always a great line, especially with this.
You'll see. Yeah, you'll see our scaling is 50 now. No matter what I do, that number is never going to increase. My level is also 50. We pretty much have to 100% the game to get to 51 at this point because of how we have the XP scaling set to. We're basically at max, so at this point we're just rushing to get a go mode I'm comfortable with, and we'll run through that. So you can see sometimes it can take a long time, sometimes it doesn't need to, but as per randos, if you get good checks, then you're great to go, and if you get bad ones, then you're going to be here a little longer.
And you could technically play with settings. You know, if you want your monster level scaling to be 30, you can customize it to be 30. If you want it to be 70, which we really don't recommend because unless you use particular settings for Lavos, then you could. But it gets pretty crazy the higher up you get. 50 is a great kind of number to stick with, and it's balanced towards there. But you can play with it. And then also your level cap, like the character's level cap, we set that. And like Azure mentioned, you'd have to do 100% everything, you know, to kind of go with that. It pretty much maxes out how much experience points you need to get to the next level, which is usually never going to happen unless you do like 6 additional checks on top of it. And you might hit level 51, but normally it's set to 50 for the level cap, but you can set it to 45, you know, you can set it to 40 if you really want to. You can set it to 70, or you can uncap it and you can try to get level 99 characters. It's your journey, you can have fun with it. Yeah, you can talk to that lady to unlock Sunken Desert entrance, and then the lady in the commons can also unlock it. So that's why we talk to her.
Yep. We go up here. Since we have the pendant, we can talk to the Mammoth Machine. I got a clone, which means I can do Death Peak. I don't know if I'm going to yet. We'll see. Death Peak would be a 5th objective. I think this one I do need Magus. Yeah. There we go. It tells you need Magus. Magus in the party. We wait for it to open. And you change him back out. Back to the bench, Magus. Lee again.
Not just any flea, it's flea plus.
Flea plus. He also has only like 5k HP, so
surely Flea Plus is a treatment that you get for your pets.
Possibly. So we're just gonna Ice Sword 1, and this might just be the end of Flea. And we may never see him again. Oh, so close.
As weird as that may seem, yes, we are not misgendering Flea. But it's just one of those things in the game that is not super well known.
Yeah.
But Flea is a he.
Because
not judging, just simply stating facts.
Beautiful.
Yup. Yup.
So we do have an opportunity here if we felt like it. If we felt like being real hard, we could go into here, go through Ocean Palace and fight the difficult Lavos. I don't think I have the equipment for it. I have the tech loadout that would make it doable, but I do not have a good equipment set.
The Ocean Palace Lavos is intended to kill you by like the scripting logic and how fast and heavy it hits. I forget Can you win that casually? I don't think it does anything though. If you do, beat
You
it
can
in
win it
vanilla.
casually on a New Game Plus, and it gives you the developer ending.
Oh yeah. You're right.
What did I say I was
Sorry,
going to do
the
next?
what?
Yeah,
The developer
this game
ending.
has
I've
this
never
game has
heard of that.
multiple endings based on when you finish the game, and they kind of have a set between A and B point, and then it goes from B to C and then C to D. The developer ending is one of those where you get sent to the dev room and they're like, "Yo, you beat the game in a way we knew you could do, but didn't expect it. So here you go."
It's actually a really cool ending if you've ever done it. There's two ways you can beat Hard Lavos, or you can come into Lean Square on a New Game Plus and come up to this right telepod that's going to have a little sparkle on it, and you can fight Lavos from the very beginning of the game with just Chrono right here. I'm not going to touch this. Maybe if we have time after, I'll touch it. But there's a nice little secret in there.
I believe the way that most people do it is with Chrono and Marl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, that's the quickest ending.
Yeah, usually it's Chrono Marl. You can challenge yourself and do Chrono by himself. Definitely doable.
Just difficult. Oh, nope. I do this all the time.
That's one thing I appreciate about the game is that there's a lot of things that are difficult, but none of them are really, like, unreasonably unfair. Or just
people ask about the game, and I think one of even the vanilla experience of the game, I hate grinding for levels in RPG games. Despite this being my favorite game ever, RPGs are often not my favorite for that reason.
Yeah.
But Chrono Trigger, especially on your first playthrough, you don't know all the little skips and stuff, so you just natively find yourself at a level appropriate.
Yeah, they did a really good job balancing this, and like, as long as you progress from A to Z in the intended manner for the most part, especially if you do some of the side quests, you'll have more than enough gas to get through the end game without it being a white knuckle ride. Some of them will challenge you a bit, that is for sure, but this game is very fair.
There's a way to skip that encounter for those chests. I don't like doing it on those enemies. It blocks my setup for it, and I can't be bothered.
I was gonna say, I guess that's like the only thing that's like super speedrun oriented in this is the fight skips, or at least knowing how to do them. You don't necessarily need to do the speedrunner strats because you can use setups and stuff to do it slower.
The Genodome, we still do conveyor skip if you're able to. Dalton, not fun.
Sir Crawley, yeah, I would call him.
Yeah, this is Sir Crawley. Yeah. But as you saw, we're armed with a pretty overpowered ice sword now, and a really strong rolo kick. So nothing really stands much of a shot. Especially not the mini bosses.
I've been noticing the bosses like usually come with just a letter or a pair of letters behind them. Does that have any significance? Yeah, like
CD. So C and D. So they are. You can turn the flag on to see them or not. C stands for charmable enemy, and D stands for enemy that has drops.
I see.
It's just so you can know. Basically,
scan information without having to look it up. Got it.
I do have Aura Whirl. Dalton gets into the spot where he says, "Go ahead and attack," and you just have to hit him until you stop missing. Unfortunately,
I'm still very curious about your weapon. It's hitting hard. Oh, I wonder. I don't know what it has.
It might be Crisis of some sort.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the log later. Another Nova armor. Unfortunate. I'm pretty sure Nova armor is male characters only. Dang.
Yeah, it's a good choice considering you want to use Prism Helms mainly.
She-Veg, maybe. Alright. this is unfortunate. I don't like doing this at 50 scaling. We might see whatever boss is in here and then kind of bail, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't reset out of a check yet.
Yeah, the nice thing about it is because of the dynamic scaling, everything is pretty
Reasonable.
You don't often have to reset.
I mean, I always found that like an interesting part of randos is like realizing the discretion is a better part of valor in some instances, where it's like, okay, do I want to get bounced off the sidewalk for 10 minutes here, or do I just give up the 5 minutes walking in here and come back later if I absolutely have to?
It is why I do save outside of every entrance. An old habit, but a good one.
Yeah, modern games kind of broke that habit to some extent. I've been learning Breath of Fire 2, which is pretty brutal too, because we take a lot of death warps. So we don't save as often as we probably should, and some of them result in a very, very long walk of shame. You're just like, all right, well, the run's done for today, because I'm not walking 5 minutes back to the boss that just keel-hauled me.
This is our first peep at the boss. We have to fight the same boss 3 times. Oh, no way!
Okay.
We got so lucky. All right, so how's everybody doing? Is everybody enjoying the run? Anybody have any questions? Anybody here want to talk?
This golem?
Yeah.
You fight him 3 times.
It's the joke boss.
The good news is
this is incredibly lucky. The second one is.
Chat, if we're live right now, maybe we are, maybe we aren't. I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. Chat, get all your best emotes in for this joke boss.
Right. Time to start spamming demon chocobos.
I'll make fun of them. Heights are scary, okay?
It's just having some performance anxiety, man. This is a marathon. Don't bully him. That's messed up.
A marathon, not a sprint, you know?
Yeah.
We'll get there on our own time. Thank you.
Now, I will say, I had a bit of an ulterior motive to that, which was first to remind everybody that we are RPG Limit Break 2025, theoretically coming to you from Denver, Colorado. Maybe if you're watching this during the actual marathon, which means that we're not kind of coming anyway. This is a pre-recorded run, as it says there at the bottom of the screen, which means that this is not live right now, but it is still in support of NAMI, or the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Now, if we did get all those cool emotes in chat, I do want to really quickly highlight the amazing community artists who made them. We have Mega Weasel, It's Kaza, and LLK, who we mentioned earlier. All those 3 are just amazing artists who have given us some great emotes over the years. And I do also want to point out that all the revenue we get from these Twitch subscriptions, or even bits, or channel memberships, or super thanks if you're on the YouTube side of things, and of course all the ads we run as well, these contribute to funding our annual marathons. And so your support in this regard is critical to helping us put on these wonderful events year after year. We want to thank you all so much who has subscribed so that you can get some of those great emotes.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
It's always fun when we do a Sunday stream of whatever game we're doing, and we see that 1 or 2 refreshes of the sub. It's always a good one. I noticed we've been hoarding tabs. What is the apex, or what's the trigger that makes you actually want to use those?
I tend to use them going into Lavos. That is a case of like, what if I find something that I want to use a tab on? What if I want to change the character?
True.
They don't make that big a difference. The speed is king. So speed tabs are the thing that matters most. With how slow Marl is, I probably should have just put them on her forever ago. But since we've been running haste all on our difficult fights, it doesn't matter that much. And then
still caps at 13,
see.
Right? For speed?
Yeah.
It's 12 plus star, so it's 13.
Oh, 16? 16 for speed, right?
Is it 16? Okay.
This is what we have
it's been a bit. I know it was some weird teen number that was kind of arbitrary, and I'm like, huh? Okay, sure, it just caps here.
So
he left, and then he came back.
Normally, this is where you
Go
would
ahead.
push shell, climb shell. So instead, you push golem.
Push golem, climb golem.
Oh, go up, not down. And you climb golem. Give me a boost, buddy. Thanks.
And you can imagine with the randomized bosses, there's some push something. Find something
Ooh,
that-
seed.
One day I'll get to see newbie climbed. It'll be funny.
Guardian is pretty funny, yeah. This is, like we talked about earlier, one of the strongest character checks you can get. Especially like if you somehow stumble yourself into a clone and a chrono trigger in your first couple of checks, you gotta rush here. You will get yourself a level 37 character with every single tech unlocked, and like we talked about, whoever is in your lead dictates the people that can join you. Like if they join you and there's technically a lower level check, they join you at a higher level. So you could just find yourself with 3 level 37 characters with all their techs really, really quickly. And we got Robo. I'm actually excited about this. This is one of my favorite palette swaps I've done. It is Atropos. Without the bow.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. They managed to put Christmas lights on that tree out in the middle of nowhere.
Isn't it?
And Robo.
Makes you wonder who's able to find that peak to put those out there.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly wasn't
Obviously,
Boss
the
Golem.
dog-
He's afraid of heights.
I was gonna say he was the one who was most likely to do it, but yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Maybe it was
Let's do a little
Dalton.
bit
He was
of equipment thing.
Yeah.
maybe Dalton was chilling up there and he left a golem boss there.
He doesn't do anything else besides talk smack, so it'd be funny to hear that he actually did something.
Okay. We're pretty much at the end of it all. Just got to do a little bit of last minute shuffling. Do I have any speed? I do. All right, we're gonna say bye to our 777 weapon. We don't need it anymore. It's not gonna come up. We're gonna what are our speeds at? 13, 15. You're right. It is 16.
Well, darn. Just a big old liar.
1, 2, and then 1. Magic tabs. We'll put on tomorrow. Another fun place to put them is Ayla, because Tailspin scales off of magic, and it scales really well. But we're not using Tailspin for the seeds, so we're not going to really worry about it.
Kind of surprised we didn't take a look at Robo with the fact that we picked him up from the peak.
Well, he's level 50 like the rest of us now. Buy some power meals, which are fun little items.
I think we could use
Last
some more
minute
revives,
checking some
too.
consumables here before we go.
There we go. Yeah, I was about to say we're like dangerous as no one revives.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Hey, photonics too.
I'm gonna leave that. Ethers are silly expensive, unfortunately.
Yeah, paying that much for 10 points per fight. Yeah.
That's kind of what we have the power meals for.
True.
I'm feeling okay on our time. I'm going to show us. I don't plan on fighting this fight, but I'm going to show you one little thing that PseudoArc recently put in the game as a nice little treat to everyone that's kind of worked hard on helping develop it and helping field test it and all that. This is a nice little green portal that takes you, because we had all the rest of the DS stuff in, we thought, hey, you know what'd be fun? Let's order Dream Devourer from Temu. And here's our Temu Dream Devourer that you can fight. It is doable. It is not doable with the party I
Temu
have.
DD. It's not even- literally.
As you can see, he one-shots me. And then he two-shots me.
Yes.
This is not the party for this fight.
Yeah, the
Yeah, that's that little treat. I thought I would give everybody. We're under 2 hours. I feel pretty good about it.
we'll be able to ideally show that off with the DS version, but it's one of the like super ultra boss that comes from that version.
Just an amuse-bouche of Super Boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super uber.
And
boss.
he is scripted to act like a DS boss as well, which is pretty cool. It does take prep for it, and sometimes your speed just does not roll to where you can beat him, or it is like extremely difficult.
Yep.
But it is fun.
All right. Here we go. I don't have the flying epoch, so I still have to fight the face, but I don't have to do the gauntlet because we got that disabled. I love the music of this game so much. It's just so good.
It is in fact amazing.
We kept the sight cap on Marl because pretty much the only status we get during Lavos 1 and 2 is Chaos, and that is Chaos Protection. So we're good there. And all according to plan, we're going to be done very shortly, and I won't mess up any of the Lavos 2 or 3. But we haven't had a screen wipe yet, so it wouldn't be a marathon and or showcase if it doesn't happen.
I mean, you did have that one with the Temu boss. I think we can count that.
Okay, we'll count it.
I think if the fates will let us count that one, we'll take it.
Temu wiper, yeah.
All right.
Honestly, I guess this is the trick, right? We just have to not stream the random encounters. So, historically, this show, the random encounter shows in general, have had some of the most abysmal RNG most runners have ever seen. And this one has gone fairly well, so I'm beginning to think it's the streaming element that just invites chaos. It's almost absurd.
Well, this is going to be chaos, so we'll see what happens here. It's going to put Chrono kind of low, which is good. We love that. We're going to slap out our Confused, because we still have Mop equipped. We're going to throw out a Haste All, and we're going to throw out a little Safety Lapis. I had one. Where'd it go? Oh no, I used them all! Alright, Mid-Tonic on...
Yeah, you did have that one Lapis, and I think you used it in Magus an hour ago.
Another one, but it's okay.
Yeah. I guess this is the one curse of randos, right? Items can be very hard to come by.
Perfect. Never punished. Okay.
I guess it's the only struggle is you only have Aura Whirl for party healing.
He'll be fine. He's got it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got enough revives that as long as we don't, drop below 2 characters, we should be able to recover pretty quickly. Especially with haste,
one arm
too.
down is important, so we're doing all right.
Yeah, such
Next
is the way of, multi-bosses, where it's once you get one down, you're in a much better position. Woohoo!
Next thing here is to get the other arm down before it disables any of my status protection. If I do that, then it's literally smooth sailing from there. But yeah, Mop, as you can see, Valiant is really, really broken on Confused Chrono.
Oh, right, I forgot he's beating all these people up with a mop.
He is! Alright, let's kill Chrono.
I do love that, some of these games have a joke weapons, but they almost never get used, which is a bit sad. Oh, yeah, Life 2. I mean, Life 2
Life 2
Ayla?
on...
Yeah.
Yeah, Life 2 Ayla, and then we're going to wait for his poison attack to go out, and we're going to Revive Chrono.
The good thing is, like, when we were introducing like weapon rando pools, right? I think we were talking about having the super mop, and surely enough, one of the script needs I rolled with it, I ended up getting the super mop and re-rolled with it. So like, and we found it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I apparently missed out on the super mop, and I'm now heartbroken. This mop is pretty broken. I can't imagine a better mop.
Well, I think it was the mop we have. What we call it. I think it did have valiance on it. Maybe the stat had speed on it or power on it.
I guess Valiant's only limitation is that you only max out 999.
Yeah, the quad 9. Oh, why him?
998 on the bonus. Yeah.
Just a 54 to let you know who's in charge.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan of the ending with like single digit HP. It's like, yep, that's 3 more than you need.
Yep.
I'm not going to revive him because we're going to get Flame Battled or Shadow Doom Blazed here any second. And it would have wasted a turn.
Just keep chipping away with everybody else. Makes more sense, yeah.
Luckily, because we're playing the SNES version, we still have the menu glitch. As long as I survive this, we're good. And we're good. Gold stud. I could put that on Marl. She's wearing a silver. Alright,
Nice.
there's a cool thing between Lavos 2 and Lavos 3 that if you press and hold your menu button as the screen fades to black at the same time as it kind of turns fully black, you get into your menu. I'm convinced it was a dev tool that just never got removed.
Oh, so that's something that you can do in vanilla too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was not aware of that.
You can also do it between Zeal 1 and the Mammoth Machine fight in the Black Omen. Same setup.
I'm terrible at timing this. I never get it.
And we're in our menu. Wow. So you may have saw me buy a bunch of power meals. They give random healing effects. There's something you can randomly charm from enemies in vanilla. I think you get them for staying at an inn as somebody sometimes. But I didn't have to use a single one of my ethers, my full ethers, my elixirs, or anything, and I never was back to full HP.
Yeah, I mean, I've
So if
been
you find
playing
power
Breath of
meals,
Fire
remember
too.
where they are.
Yeah, I've been playing Breath of Fire where power meals are a strength boost, so my brain was like, okay, we just spam these like tabs, yeah?
I forgot to put the gold stud on Marl. It's not the end of the world, but it kind of stinky.
Would have been, yeah, I guess it would have been nice to be able to hand me down the silver too.
I don't think I would have moved the silver over, but it would have just given me a little bit more to deal with. Ayla's dead.
I loved spamming tech, so like gold and silver studs were like, there was almost no reason for me to take them off. Because I, have low impulse control. I think the haste accessory was like the only other one I ever used. That is the nice thing about randomizers, is that it puts you in situations where you would use more than you standard would normally explore.
Slappies. We should live a slappy. You guys are really just putting Chrono online.
The funny part is, like, I think Chrono has life, so this is actually like a really good survival party. The only downside is Chrono is like kind of built at being crit, so Chrono just kind of suffers getting mauled over and over again. I do like crit builds, but man, is it frustrating when you just get one tapped over and over again.
Now we just dump everything into right bit. As a kid, my first time defeating Lavos, I just spammed like Luminaire and other big AoEs over and over again. and then suddenly Lavos was dead, and I'm like, oh, I just overhealed him, and I did not realize that right bit was the bit that mattered.
Yeah. Some of the bosses with gimmicks like this can be a bit like hard to, parse as a kid, especially when the game doesn't go out of its way to tell you. I guess that is one of the differences between like modern and classic games, where it's like, his barrier is down, hit for major damage.
Yeah.
Shoot the giant glowy place.
Yeah. Here, look, we put yellow paint around it for you.
Yeah.
It's a ladder. Surely you should climb it. Puts yellow tape all over it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad. I would have gotten lost without you guys.
No hand holding back in the day, right?
I mean, to be honest, to like actually put myself out there and like and make myself look the fool. There was a climbing segment in like Rebirth in the first map of the second part of the remake trilogy, where like they didn't put gold paint on it, whether by accident or intentional, and I could not find it, and I'm like, oh god, they trained me. they ended up patching it in, and then I was like, oh, where did this come from? And I'm like, I read about it, and I was like, oh no, I am one of the people I make fun of.
All right. You already on time?
Sub 3-hour estimate, sub 2 hours. Let's go.
3 hour maximum. 3 hour maximum.
3 hour max.
Things get a little crazy.
Things do can get a little wild.
That
You can. Yeah, we're time. Yeah,
I'm
all right.
156.
nice.
Not
We
bad.
wanted a nice 150,
GG.
right?
I mean, between all the things we're gonna record, it'll be like 3.5 hours of content.
Let's go. One of the last things that we're going to see here, you can actually pick which ending you want, because there are, as you know, 12 different endings, I think, in vanilla. I always have it set to Moonlight Parade because I think the music is really nice, so that's what we're going to be listening to as it gets to that. But you can pick any ending, or you can just have it set to a random ending entirely, and it'll just pick whatever it wants. But that is Rando Dalton Imperial, ctrando.com if you're interested. All the info you need to get into it is on the website, and seed generation and all that fun stuff is there. Discord's there as well, where any of us will be willing to help you get started. It's a lot of fun. Every time I play this is just a thrill.
I'm sure we can find an excuse to have a live show of this at some point.
Yeah.
I'll be there anytime.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So real quickly, Carnoth, tell the folks at home where they can find you and more about and all your runs that you were speaking so highly of and making us interested in over the course of this.
So I mostly am on YouTube. I do live streaming there, and in fact, on Saturdays I run like seeds back to back of this. All my VODs are on there at Carnoth, and I also live stream to Twitch, Carnoth8811, because either Carnoth was taken or I created one long ago and I forgot how to log into it. Anyways, but I'm on there. There's tons of runs there since April of last year to there, if you ever want to. There's a lot of different settings that I run. I do some wild stuff, entrance rando and everything, and like I said, runs can vary from anywhere from like an hour and a half to 4 hours. Was the worst case scenario there. But yeah, that's where I am at. I'm still relatively new, so like I think I started streaming more seriously a little less than a year ago. Or a little more than a year ago, sorry. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Great, thank you so much for being here. Azure, thank you for the run. Tell us where we can find more about you.
So I am primarily on Twitch, twitch.tv/AzureCale. I play a lot of this game. I do some variety stuff here and there. This is definitely where my home base and comfort is. Normally, when I'm streaming, there's a lot more pets involved, like dogs. I have a husky and some cats, so if you ever want to swing by and see my adorable animals, come on over. We've kind of secluded them away so they didn't interrupt the recording for this, but they're definitely getting lots of treats. They're fine, I promise.
Amazing. And the Sid, why don't you talk a little bit about our side quests?
Yeah. So normally on Sundays, we will always have a live show, barring runner not being available or not having a tech. Though between Ashen and myself, we can usually cover those. We will always be running shows like this live. The post event's a little bit of a side corner case because on Sunday we're all headed home and very, very tired. So we go out of our way to spend a little bit of extra energy to have these so that if something does break on site, we've got some keys to jangle for y'all. Whether you want to take that as an insult or not, I'm just going to have to live with the consequences of my actions because it's out there now. But
Jangle.
Jingle jangle. We always try and make sure we have a live show and like to look at this as a bonus run of sense for the marathon so that we can give you a little bit of extra content on the way out and show our appreciation for you guys hanging out with us all week and donating your time and for some of you actual income to help support NAMI as a charity and support us in our endeavors to actually run an event that helps people not just with that money but also with time to interact with other people and work on their mental illnesses and get a chance to socialize that they otherwise may not partake in. So thank you all a lot for that. And I better wrap it up before I start crying instead of just get misty-eyed.
Thank you guys so much for inviting me, and thank you so much for raising money for charity. Like I said early on in the session here, charity is a huge part of my interest in streaming. This is just a hobby for me, and I just love seeing it being put to good use.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me join up too and help commentate a bit. And love seeing the great work of charity, and I love being a part of it too.
Well, thank you both so much. This has been a fantastic run. Once again, this is for RPG Limit Break 2026, raising money for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully we're sending you right back to the live event, or you're able to find one of the VODs for that coming up as a recommended video here on YouTube. So thank you all for watching, for donating, and all your support. And please enjoy the rest of the marathon, either live or through the VODs.
Bye.
Bye-bye.